It's time for Conversation Corner. Hit it.
Conversation Corner is the place to go. Information, entertainment from the folks you know. The old coyote is howling. Let's get on with the show.
Welcome to Conversation Corner, brought to us by Lucille's Roadhouse. 2 burgers and 2 fries today, only $10 at Lucille's. We have State Representative Harold Wright in the studio with us. Good morning. And also on the phone is State Representative Todd Russ.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Todd.
Hey, good morning.
Good to have you on our
Harold.
program this week.
Oh, man, it's an honor to be on your program.
Well, it's not mine, actually. It's a Conversation Corner, but...
That's right. It's mine, dang it. It's my program.
I knew better. I listen to you all the time.
Well, first of all, before we go any further, I must say to State Representative Harold Wright, congratulations, Mr. Hall of Famer.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm honored to receive that award. It's fantastic.
Southwestern Oklahoma State University announced their list, I believe it was Monday, came out, and you were on the 2020 ballot, or to be inducted class.
Distinguished Alumni Hall of Fame. There's 4 others, I think, on there, and I'm very honored about that. And I just was thinking about some of the teachers I've had over the years at Southwestern, like Cedric Crink. You guys don't even know these guys. Yeah. But Jack Shaw was my debate coach and taught debate. Cedric Crink was my speech teacher that I had. And then there were several others. Dee Williams, who's here in town now, taught in the drama department. And the guy that does our music starts out the show, Claude Keyser. Claude Keyser.
Oh, Keyser.
Yeah, he was in the drama department as well, was one of my instructors. So thanks to all those folks for doing a great job. And I'm glad they didn't check my resume. I mean, my
Transcript?
Transcript,
yeah. Don't look too closely. I'm
sure I had some teachers back there, they're saying, this guy's in the Hall of Fame? You got to be kidding me. I wasn't exactly the best student to start with, but I did end up on the Dean's Honor Roll before the whole deal was out.
That's amazing.
Impressive. Well, guys, we're going to talk this morning. Of course, Governor Kevin Stitt came out yesterday and announced the plan to reopen Oklahoma. And we're going to get your guys' thoughts, the phases, and see, has anybody booked their haircut yet? That's the question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, we'll talk about it coming up next.
The new Van and John Show on Coyote Mornings.
ASAP General Stores are the perfect place to pick up fresh, hot meals, fast, convenient, and oh so tasty. Burger baskets, pizza, chicken baskets, sandwiches, and many of your favorite drinks. You can get meals for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at any of the ASAP General Stores. While you're there, save up to 25 cents on every gallon of gas using the Phillips 66 app on your phone. The ASAP General Stores in Weatherford, Clinton, Hinton, and Thomas are open and ready to serve you and your family and help in any way that they can. That's ASAP General Stores. Get there ASAP.
Your parents have always protected you and provided the best way they knew how. Now it's your turn to make sure that they are taken care of. Corn Heritage Village and Rehab of Corn and Weatherford is a community providing long-term and skilled nursing care to enhance the lives and meet the needs of individuals and families. Their mission is to provide the highest level of care for your loved ones. Visit them at cornheritage.org or find them on Facebook.
Byford Auto Group is your local dealer that cares about the community. In these trying times, we want everyone to know we're open and operating by the CDC health guidelines for the safety of our customers and our employees. We are offering free pickup and delivery of any vehicle needing service, parts, or collision repair at any of our 9 Byford locations, including the Gold Key Service Center. Also, you can shop and purchase any vehicle online right from your home, and we'll deliver it to you. Contact us today or visit us at ByfordAutoGroup.com. Byford Auto Group is your local dealer that cares about the community. In these trying times, we want everyone to know we're open and operating by the CDC health guidelines for the safety of our customers and our employees. We are offering free pickup and delivery of any vehicle needing service, parts, or collision repair at any of our 9 Byford locations, including the Gold Key Service Center. Also, you can shop and purchase any vehicle online right from your home, and we'll deliver it to you. Contact us today or visit us at ByfordAutoGroup.com.
Hi, I'm David Toutfest with Toutfest Home Design Center. Today, it's more important than ever to stick together as a community and do our part. While we remain open as an essential business, we're also providing ways to shop safely in-store, online, or by phone. We offer 12 months interest-free financing, and we have access to nearly all the major appliance, furniture, and mattress brands. Toutfest Home Design Center, serving Western Oklahoma for 74 years in downtown Weatherford.
65-mile-an-hour winds, tornadoes, hail. The weather in western Oklahoma is unpredictable. A-Plus Roofing and Construction is there for you. Owned and operated by Damon Schultz, a GAF Master Elite contractor, fully insured with an A-Plus rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call A-Plus Roofing today at 580-772-7587. That's 772-7587. Here before and after the storm. A-Plus Roofing and Construction in Weatherford, offering free estimates and protecting your biggest investment.
Susie Save-A-Lot here. There's always great savings at Save-A-Lot in Weatherford. Get 4 pounds of navel oranges for just $3.49. Pork butt is just $1.69 a pound. And 2 pounds of onions is only $1.99.
Don't get bogged down in long lines. Shop at Save-A-Lot, where it's easy, quick, and safer, offering curbside for the elderly. And for updated prices and availability, check out at Sal Weatherford OK on Facebook. Save-A-Lot, all at Washington and Main in the Weatherford Shopping Center.
Coyote Mornings with Van and John.
It's Conversation Corner, brought to us by Lucille's Roadhouse. With it being Thursday, they have the special on their burgers this month, and this month is almost over. So it's 2 burgers, 2 fries for only $10 at Lucille's Roadhouse. Todd Russ is on the phone with us, State Representative Todd Russ, State Rep Harold Wright as well. Appreciate you being on the program.
Hey, it's good to be here. Todd, you might talk a little bit about what's going on in Ouachita County and in your district, because I know you can't be on the program the whole time, but appreciate you coming on this morning.
Sure, you bet. Yeah, thanks for calling me. I'm humbly grateful that Ouachita County has had 0 COVID-19 cases so far.
Are you around wood? You better knock on wood.
Yeah, I know it. I'm like I said, I'm humbly grateful. But actually, overall, Western Oklahoma, other than maybe a hot spot in the far southwest, is probably one of the best places in the world to be, and have fared pretty well. And I think Oklahoma's numbers actually were lower than they were targeting on some of those numbers. So that part of it's really good. We did have a pretty dramatic storm come through not before last, and got some hail on the wheat and busted out some windshields. And I feel sorry for those people that have had to deal with their insurance adjusters and going to go through all of that process. But in spite of all that, we got anywhere from a half to 1 inch of rain in places, and I know some of my places got wonderful rains on them, and my wheat still looks good, and I'm just so happy I can't see. Things are good. I'm ready for spring, and I know everybody's ready to get back to normal, and I think we're fixing to get to that point soon.
Hey, Todd, you filed for re-election last week. Big deal. This is your last term.
I did. This is kind of an anomaly for me. I came in a special election, so I get an extra round, you might say, and was going to finish up my last 2-year term, and filed, and someone actually filed against me in my last round, but that's okay. I think I was doing the math, and I know you had your share of elections, but I think this is my 6th election that I'm going to go campaign for. So anyway,
not funny, but couldn't help but laugh with you.
Well, we run every 2 years, and this is the first time in 12 years I haven't filed. So I'm kind of excited about that. I don't have to worry about a race, but
that's right.
And this will be my last time up there. But Todd, you're going to be the dean of the House. I mean, you're going to be the oldest member, not in age, but in I actually, so that's quite a big deal for Western Oklahoma. You're chair of the Transportation Budget Committee. That's a big deal for Western Oklahoma, because that's where all the roads, that's where they decide on roads in Oklahoma. And that's a big deal. So the budget looks really grim right now, though. You guys probably saw that, but we're going to be down $416 million this year compared to what we thought we were going to have for the budget. And so we're going to have to appropriate some money to finish out the year to keep things the way they were. But then next year, what does it look like, Todd? I think $1.2 billion maybe short next year of being holding harmless the budget?
Yeah, I think it's something like that. I mean, those numbers are bouncing around.
It's a target. It's a moving target.
Yeah, it really is. I think that's assuming that we use some fill-in dollars that we got. I think the actual number yesterday, we had a committee meeting yesterday morning via teleconference, and that number's something like the $1.7 billion range now, and we're trying to figure out how to manage all that. But before I get into the numbers, I want to say how sad I am that you're not going to be back up there with me next year, and that you've actually termed out. But congratulations, you did term out and were able to complete your term without somebody running you off, and did a great job in your leadership.
I think there were some people who wanted to run me off.
Yeah, well, that's politics. That's
part of it, isn't it?
It's everybody. Yeah, that's part of it. But appreciate your leadership, and having the Speaker Pro Tem from Western Oklahoma has been awesome, and it's been just fantastic. I know you and I have been almost attached at the hip. We're desk mates for many years and have served side by side, and I'm really going to miss that leadership. And, you know, you and I have stood side by side slogging through the downturns in the state of Oklahoma for many years, trying to, I look back over our tenure together, and most of the years we were struggling to kind of pull out of something. And it's just kind of astonishing that Oklahoma's as tough as it is for us to go through as many down economic cycles as we've gone through. The oil and gas is so fickle and cyclical and up and down, and we seemed like we just took a deep breath from getting through that last big dip when oil prices went from $125 a barrel to $28 a barrel, and that took us about 4 years to slog through that, and managed to pull together some numbers, and finally things kind of started coming back together, and got the teacher pay raise after about 4 attempts at the goalpost on that deal, and pulled together a lot of money for that. And man, just kind of look around, and here we go again. We're fixing to go off the cliff, and it just seems like when we have these types of situations, at least for Oklahoma, it's combinations. It's kind of like, it's not just an uppercut; it's a 1, 2, 3 punch or something. And we've had this COVID-19, which is definitely just kind of shook the universe. But then we've got oil prices in a negative price range. That's never, ever, ever. I'm not even sure how they can legally price something at a negative. Can't imagine what that does to some of these oil and gas companies' balance sheets. But and then I'm just getting pummeled with the agriculture prices that are happening with cattle and commodities, and people sending me stuff every day almost on that. And of course I'm in that arena myself, so I'm acutely aware of it. But it's just it's interesting how we go through these multiple cycles at one time, and still we come up fighting and come out pretty good. And I love Oklahoma. I'm glad to be from Western Oklahoma, and just looking forward to turning the corner, though.
Representative Rush, you mentioned we come up fighting. Tell me that. What do we have a plan? Do we have a strategy? Is there not only, first of all, we've got to decide what we're cutting. We have to assume next year's budget, we've got to drop back somewhere. But then also, what are we doing to help rebound? Is there some form of Oklahoma stimulus package? Is there some form of we can't be this dependent on oil prices, and we can't be this dependent on ag, but those are the two biggest things in Oklahoma?
Oklahoma's got some smart people that have been in leadership for a while, and Representative Pro Tem Wright was one of those. But one of the things that we have done,
that's questionable,
was to
they had to find somebody to be pro tem. They said, "Hey, who wants to do this job?"
That's not true. He won that fair and square. But we put together some additional rainy day. We increased the rainy day fund and have had several $100 million in there. We also did something that I was looking at when I first came in, and it wasn't completely original to me because the speaker at that time he was leaving, and I was the new guy, and he handed it off to me, and it was the energy stabilization plan idea. And I took it and worked with it, and it's a lot of number stuff, because you have to kind of bifurcate some different averages for oil and gas prices. And basically what we ended up doing was taking a 5-year rolling average of the income for Oklahoma off of oil and gas, and we would take that and use that number to fill in our income for the state, and take the difference and set it into a savings account. and then we would use that savings as it built up to kind of fill in the lows. And so we actually took years to get that in place. It wasn't that anybody opposed it. It just took a long time for them to get their head around it. We put that in place about 3 or 4 years ago, and oil prices jumped back up, and we had some money in there. So that was a pretty smart move, made us look good. We'll have a little bit of money from that. And we have a little bit of money left. You know, they certify 95% of the dollars that they let us use. They certify that at 95%. So if there's a little extra in that 5% cushion, that's carryover for the next year. So we'll have some of that. So it's surprising how many places we can find money tucked away when you're talking about state government, and really just how big it is for a state like Oklahoma. I mean, we're actually considered kind of small, but we have a pretty robust government structure. So we'll come up with some stuff. We've got we actually putting together. We were about $450 million short this year for 2020 just to get through June. And so when you say go off the cliff, I mean, it just dropped out from under us pretty much. So we scrambled in and came into session, and that was pretty easy because we knew we had some money stuck back, and the governor got his feelings hurt over a little handful of money. I'm not upset with him. I feel kind of bad for him because I think he just misunderstood the numbers mostly. But I think we finally, just in the last few hours or days, have gotten that kind of smoothed out, and we'll have that fixed for this year. But we had to get that taken care of as soon as possible, and I think we're there on that. Now we're working on the 2021 budget, and that's the one that's the biggie. I mean, we're hearing from the tax commission almost daily on revised numbers, and yesterday morning they told us they think that number is going to be about $1.8 billion short.
Now, does that include the money that the government's going to be sending us in this care package, or is that without that money? Because I know we're going to get some money from the feds, which we didn't get the last time we had a downturn in the economy in Oklahoma, because nobody else was having problems except Oklahoma. This time, the whole country, states all over the country are having problems, with their economy. So is there some money? Does that include that money or not?
That does not include that money, and they will be kind of looking at how they can plug some holes. But the thing that people need to know about that COVID-19 stimulus money is it's a lot of that's really specific to a COVID-19 solution for healthcare and those types of things. And not all of it, and we're trying to find that, but there are some big pieces of that we can't just go out and put into the general fund and backfill to give to other places. So we're hoping that will help some, and we'll be able to kind of pull things together for 2021 budget, but no one at this point, and usually there's somebody saying we can do this without cutting without cutting budgets, but no one.
It looks hard at this point. It looks like it's going to be tough unless something really changes.
Gentlemen, let's talk about reopening Oklahoma. The governor was on TV yesterday and made an announcement, kind of a 3-phase plan, and in fact even announced a pre-phase 1 plan coming up this Friday with nail salons and haircut places and things of that nature being able to open, and then starting next Friday, May 1st, announcing with restrictions, but churches, restaurants, things of that nature able to start reopening as well. What do you guys think? There's some opinions on here that's saying it's too soon. We shouldn't move this yet. Others on here saying we've done too much. I think, Harold, you said this from the beginning. You said there's always been both sides of this argument.
Well, it's a no-win situation for a politician, because no matter how you go, somebody's not going to like it. And so that's kind of where we're at. I think there are a lot of people would like to see us stay shut down a little longer. And by the way, if you're in a city like if the city's a sheltered city like Oklahoma City and Norman, then it's up to the mayor and the city council make that decision how strict they want to be. And I saw this morning in the news that Mayor Holt in Oklahoma City's going to wait. He has to wait, or he says he's got to wait because their shelter that order goes through the end of April.
Right.
So they would not be able to do what some cities are doing until the 1st of May. But keep that in mind as well. If you're going to Oklahoma City, you're probably not going to be able to go there as quickly because it's a more heavily populated area.
Right.
And there's a lot more cases in Oklahoma City than out in western part of the state. There's 10 cases in Custer County and a couple over Beckham, none over in Ouachita County. However, this is really an anomaly. Caddo County, which is population is not as high population as Custer County, they have like 50 some cases over there.
Right.
And the reason for that is because of a number of cases at the Binger Nursing Home.
Right.
And
they just announced 2 more deaths this morning, and so they're at 8 currently. Just at the nursing home alone.
And 53 people in Caddo County, and over 30 of those were 30 to 40 of them were in that one spot. So it's kind of a hot spot. But I feel for those people who have family members in that nursing home, and it could happen at any nursing home. So it's not. It's just one person, I guess, apparently from what I read, came in and after being out and brought the virus into the nursing home.
Representative Russ, what are your thoughts? I asked this, am I going to see Representative Russ and his significant other sitting down at a restaurant coming up next Friday?
You might. I'm telling you, the cooking's, the cupboard's getting bare around here. Everyone's missing their restaurant, I'll tell you, and I promise you, my wife will probably be somewhere in the long line of nail salon people, and they're about to go crazy. But Representative Wright said it exactly on it. We told each other this back early when we saw it happening. We've been around. We've seen some crisis cycles, and both of us said, "Man, this is a no-win situation politically because you're going to have groups that want one thing and groups that want another." I've been having them just clawing at me to get the state open back up and just anxiously, painfully waiting to get the state open back up. And I commend those businesses and small mom and pop businesses, especially for hanging in there and practicing safe practices and helping put this thing down. And I'm thankful that the numbers seem to be doing what they anticipated we needed them to do. They're very anxious to get open, and it's the catastrophic economic outcome of this COVID-19 will probably be multiple times worse than what we've seen on the health side of it. Of course, naturally, life is a scary part of any threat, but economically, we're going to go through something the world has never seen, and I hope it's a good bounce, and we bounce back fast and high, and things go back together, and everything's okay. But me kind of coming from a bank background, finance career, and probably always being uber cautious financially and economically, I'm very concerned about what this means long term. But I think we can do this right. I think that the people in Oklahoma are very responsible and respectful and intelligent, and they can go back and be careful as they enter back into their business practices. And if we see those numbers starting to slip, I'm sure the governor's already said that we'll put some new precautionary measures back in place. But
let's just hope we can play football this fall, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think people are ready for that. We've got a big concert scheduled still for June the 20th. I'm not sure, hopefully we can do that. Our 50th anniversary at the radio station, we're celebrating, and we still haven't made the final decision on that. I mean, it kind of depends.
Instead of $5,000, you could buy a bunch of bubbles.
Yeah.
We could all just.
We're still going to give the money away.
That's
but,
right.
It may be a little later on in the summer because we've got to kind of make up for some of the remotes that we didn't do yet. And, some of the businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's scary, and I'm telling you, as a business owner, it's tough. And by the way, the Congress did pass the PPP program, or the addition to the CARE Act, this week. I don't know, did the House pass it yesterday? I haven't seen that yet. Do you know, Todd, if the House passed the CARE Act yesterday?
Honestly, I don't know. I talked about it all day yesterday because I had people calling me wanting to know where we were. I said, they're voting on it today. But I haven't had a chance to check, but I'm sure that's probably happened. But it's still, anytime you're dealing with the federal government's processes, it's still a little frustrating, although I've been pretty impressed with how they've been able to roll this out. The first one fairly
They did. They did it very quick. As a matter of fact, it was so popular they ran out of money. That's what the second part of the CARE Act is about. By the way, the CARE Act stands for Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security. Just in case you did, you like acronyms, CARE.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
So, thank you all for letting us be on your show today.
Yeah, thanks for.
It's an honor and a privilege. to be on the radio.
No.
Todd, thank you for calling in.
Thank you very much. And I'm glad you guys let me be on your show a little bit. I've got some people waiting, so I'm going to sneak off. But good to talk to you, and look forward to seeing you soon, Harold.
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. State Representative Todd Russ and also Harold Wright. I always ask you how people can get a hold of you.
Call me at my office Capitol, 405-557-7325. Leave a message. We don't have anybody in the office right now because of the virus. We hope to have somebody back. Dee, my assistant, by the way, yesterday was Administrative Assistance Day, so I congratulate Dee for doing a great job for me.
Oh, yeah. I saw that photo, too. That was fun.
Yeah.
She looks like fun. Well, thank you very much. Once again, Conversation Corner is brought to us by Lucille's Roadhouse. 2 burgers, 2 fries, only $10 at Lucille's today.